Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the next episode in my little ESO mini-series thing. So to start off with, the first topic in this video is going to be companions. So companions were introduced with the Blackwood chapter, and it included two companions, a male called Bastian and a female called Miri. When the companions were announced, I personally was not like super thrilled about it. As it seemed like they were pushing more of like a solo play in an MMO, which in hindsight is kind of ironic coming from me that I didn't like it, because I pretty much played the majority of the game solo anyway. So yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of a contradictory thought, I guess. But this was one of those times where my initial thoughts were not the same that I have like at the moment with the companions. So I pretty much use the companions for like screenshots and stuff like that, which sounds kind of weird, and for like company on travels or whatever, which again is completely ironic because it's an MMO and you're surrounded by like other real players, and I use an NPC as a company. So yeah, I'm weird. it's something else. But yeah, it was one of those times where my initial thoughts and opinions on the companions were changed when I actually kind of like got to play with them and do their quests and stuff like that. So at the moment of me recording this, High Isles has been out for a few days now, so I'm also going to try and like incorporate the two new companions, which is a bit of the subject here because I'm not happy with the two new companions, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So when you first get a companion, any companion you like, that are obviously in the game at the moment, you have to level them and you have to level their skills. The way that you level them is you just play by having them by your side. You have to have them out to be able to level them, and you have a chance to acquire companion armor from monster drops, world bosses, anything like that. Anything you do while you have your companion out, whenever you loot something, you have a chance to get companion armor, and then that's what you can outfit your companion in. The companion armor comes in three what are they called? 3 weights: light, medium, heavy, the same as a player armor. And they also come with a bunch of different traits. The traits, sometimes people sell the aggressive trait armor for a very expensive amount. I've seen it going for like $1 million. Honestly, I would not say pay for your companion's armor. It's like one of those things that's like a luck of the draw type thing. Obviously, there's no specific place or anything that you can farm companion armor. It just drops randomly, as far as I'm aware anyway, from like as you quest while having your companion out. So yeah, I mean, I'm not too really fussed about the companion armor. I just put them in kind of like whatever I have. The thing that I think I'm more fussed about is making sure that they have the weapon that I want them to use or something like that. I'm not too bothered about getting them a full like set, especially not paying millions for just like one trait, because you cannot change the trait of your companion's armor the same as you can change the trait of your own armor. So what you get is what you get with your companions. So yeah, you level up their skill lines by obviously having them out with you as well, and you level up their guild skill lines as well by doing the guild quests. So the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild, and the Undaunted place, you do like the daily quests for those, not including, I don't think that the dungeons count towards leveling up the companions. I think it's just the little delve quest that helps to level up those. So you level up all of those skills by obviously doing those quests and having your companion out. Your companion also has a rapport with you, so it just decides whether they like you or whether they don't like you. The things that they like and dislike is sometimes a little bit weird. I was making some food and I had Bastian out, and it turns out that he does not like cheese for some freaking weird reason. Who doesn't like cheese? But yeah, so that's one of Bastian's dislikes. Bastion is the companion at the moment that I have used the most personally. As I said, there are 2 new companions out at the moment. Miri, I done the quest for, but I have not leveled her up at all. Since I've done the quest for Miri, I've not used her at all. So the 2 new companions, one is called Isabel and one is called Ember. So the thing that I have a huge problem with the 2 new companions that come out with high IOs. And it's probably a really unpopular opinion, and that is completely fine, but I have a really big problem with them both being female. It might be a weird thing to have a problem with, but there we go. I just don't see why they had to go down the route of having 2 female companions. You should have been given a choice between a female and a male, and if you didn't like either of them, then, you know, so be it. At least you had the choice. Now, I do want to say as well, companions are they're completely optional. You do not have to use your companions whatsoever. You don't have to do the companion quests. You don't have to touch the companions. They're not something that is necessary for the game. It's just if you want them, and I guess if you're an achievement hunter, then you will eventually have to do the companion stuff if you want all the achievements, yada yada. But the companions are definitely not something that is mandatory for the game. You don't need them. A lot of people don't like the companions. Some people like them. I'm sort of I'm on the fence because I don't find them extremely useful for anything. I wouldn't say that they're worthwhile for being useful as anything like that, but it's just, again, it's one of those things that is completely personal preference. So yeah, having 2 female companions to choose from with the new High Isles chapter is something that really annoyed me, because I just don't see why they had to go down that route. There is no reason for it other than, I guess, that they wanted to, but to make it fair, it should just be kept as 1 male, 1 female every time they bring out new companions. So now I'm thinking with the next chapter next year, they have to bring us out 2 male companions, right? To make it fair, because at the moment we have 3 females and 1 male, so it would just make it so much more fairer if they bring out 2 males next time. If they don't, I'm definitely gonna be even more annoyed. But yeah, so I have done the 2 quests for the 2 new companions now as well, and honestly, I don't mind them. I'm still completely annoyed that they forced you again. I use the word forced just because it's what they have in the game. They don't have a choice between a male or female, sorry, but once again, you do not have to use the companions. So I just feel like it's annoying that they forced you to have 2 females rather than giving you the option. But honestly, they're not too bad. The quests, I would, if you're into the whole companion thing, Ember's quest, in my opinion, was the better one out of Ember and Isabel's. And Ember seems to be, I don't know, Ember is a cool companion. If I had to choose one that I like out of the 2, it would be Ember. Isabel is she's okay, she's fine. The quest was very long and I wasn't but Ember's quest was kind of fun, and Ember has that sort of fun personality. So yeah, if I were to recommend either of the new companions, it would be Ember. If I was to recommend a companion between Bastion and Miri, for me it would be Bastion, because he's the one that I've used the most. Something about companions that I would really like is I would like the ability for them to be able to carry their own gear, because at the moment you have to carry their gear for, obviously the gear they wear is the gear they wear, but I feel like any companion gear that you pick up, the companions should have an inventory for that gear. Even if it's only something small 30 slots, they should be able to they carry their own gear. I don't want to have to store my companion's gear in my bank. I don't want to have to carry it on me. They should carry their own shit. Something else I think that would be really, really cool with the companions is being able to customize them a little bit more. So you are able to put them in a costume. You are able to create them an outfit using the outfit station, which is nice. You can also assign them a horse. but it would be cool if you could put skins on them, or body markings, facial markings, maybe even change their hairstyle. That would be really, really cool, just to make them all look a little bit more individual, because they all obviously look the same and everything like that, which is nice. Something that is quite annoying about the companions, if you put the companion in a costume and you wear the same costume, whatever you dye that costume as, it's not an individual thing. Like, both of you will have the exact same dye on the costume, which is really weird and annoying. So like, if I'm wearing a costume, for example, and I put one of my companions in the exact same costume, they will have the exact same dyes that I'm wearing, and if I try and change it for the companions, then it will change it for my outfit also, and vice versa. If I try and change the colors for my costume, it will affect them while they're wearing it. It's just like really annoying, seeing as you can create them a whole like outfit using the outfit station, but you put them in a costume and it's whatever colors you choose to have if you have like the same costume. So I would personally avoid putting them in a costume, but if there's any costumes that you really like and you don't want to wear the same one, or if you want to match, I see a lot of people actually matching with their companions. It's not something I personally like, but again, it's one of those things that's each to their own. But yeah, if you want to wear the same costume as your companion, you can't have them as separate colors. They will be the same color, which is just slightly annoying and irritating. But being able to put skins on companions or body markings would be really, really cool and another nice touch. So something else that really annoys me about all of the companions in total, you have to complete the companion quest on every single character if you want every single character to be able to use that companion, which is just super annoying. Like, once you unlock them once, any of your characters should be able to summon said companion. So like, at the moment, I've done all of the companion quests on my main character, but on my other like trial DD, if I want her to have all of the companions, I have to go through and I have to do Bastion's quest, I have to do Miri's quest again, I have to do Isabel's quest again, and I have to do Ember's quest again, just so that character is able to summon those companions. And the same goes for any other characters that I have. They will have to repeat the companion quests over and over again, which is just really irritating. If you complete it once, you should be able to summon them on any character. The rapport between characters is different, but the level is universal. So the fact that you can't just like summon them is really, really freaking irritating, and something that they should have thought about. And it's just common sense that if you have it on one character unlocked, then other characters should be able to summon them, but the rapport can stay different. It's just one of those weird things. They made the achievements, sorry, a little sidetrack, they made the achievements like account wide, so if you get an achievement, you can't now get like the same achievement on multiple characters unless it's like certain achievements, like public dungeon, group events and stuff like that, which like they've made that account wide. So the fact that they couldn't just think to themselves, oh, if you get the companion on one character and complete that quest, any of your other characters should be able to summon that companion. It just makes more sense that way. So my kind of like dream for the whole companions thing is I would absolutely love a male Nord or an orc, or I'd even settle for like a tall, angry looking Altmer or something. I want a companion like that. Something else that I would absolutely freaking love to do with the whole companion things is if we, the players, could create our own companions. It would 100% work. It totally could work. It's just whether, I guess, they would do it, or whether they would put in the effort to do it, or anything like that. It could 100% work. 100%. So the way it would work is you, as the player, would get to create your companion the same way that you would create your character, but Zos could create the storyline, they could create the skill line, they could create the quest, anything like that. They could even give you a choice of names to choose from, or they give you a set name depending on what race and gender you choose. So it totally could work, and it would just be super, super cool, because my male character that I have, my only male character, I would love him as a companion, just like following me around. It would just be like so cool. But it's like one of those things that, like, once you make your companion, that could be it. Maybe you could change things about them if you had an appearance change token, I don't know, but you would be able to put a skin on them, you would be able to put body mark, like change their body markings, change the skin, obviously assign them a horse, you could change their hairstyle, anything like that. You could put face markings on them, adornments, all of that stuff. You could treat it as if it was like one of your characters, like while you're playing the game. Just the fact that they create a storyline, they create the skills, you still level them the same way, you can still have the same rapport the same way, everything like that would just work the same. It's just that the players would get to create their own companion. That would be something I would definitely get behind, because that would just be like really, really cool, because everyone's companions would look completely different. They might have like the same names if it's like the same race, and if they gave you names to choose from, or if they just like outright gave it a name or whatever, but the looks would look completely different, not just like outfit wise, but like face wise, hair wise, body wise, body markings, anything like that. It would just make everyone's companions look completely different. So that's something that I would really, really like about the companions. If they ever did anything like that, it would be something that I would definitely get on board with, because I just want a hunky Nord or something like that. Bastion's fine, but seeing as we didn't get a new male with High Isles, I wanted a new male. That's it. I just wanna, and being able to just create your own companion would be so freaking awesome, and it definitely could work. 100% they could get it work. That would have been something that would have been so much better than the card game, honestly. As like a main feature, being able to create your own companion, that would have been something when they announced companions that would have gone, I think that would have gone down like okay. I don't know, with me it would have gone down absolutely great. But yeah, so that is it for companions. I would just absolutely love to be able to make our own, and it could work, you know, it definitely could work. So next topic is gonna be Antiquities. When they announced the Antiquities system with the Greymore chapter, it was again something, I mean Greymore come out before Blackwood, but it was again something I was not personally too thrilled about. So yeah, I don't know, it just first like look at it or whatnot, it just, I don't know, it's like this little mini game, but I wasn't too keen on it because it just looked a little bit freaking weird. But it's okay now, because there is some stuff to do with the Antiquities that I really, really like. So first off, a quick overview of how Antiquities work. So you find a lead through different means while you're just playing the game. Sometimes it can be like a piece of paper, or you find something around in a zone. Sometimes it can be from killing mobs, it can be from killing bosses, looting chests, stealing things, thieves' troves, fishing, and harvesting nodes. I'm pretty sure that's like all of them. But yeah, you can find leads through like a variety of different ways, and some of the mythic items, or some items that have multiple, you have to find multiple items in the collection for you to actually have the item. One of the things that they brought out was a mount, which was really, really cool. So that mount had, I believe it was 17 different parts for it, so you had to collect all 17 parts for you to be able to have the mount. It was called the Ebon Dwarven Wolf mount, which was pretty cool. But each part you would find would be in obviously a completely different location and stuff like that, and the leads would obviously be in a different location. Some of them, or a lot of them, were from world bosses, random monsters, curious like dwarven piles in some places and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool that you can find different leads in a variety of different ways. So once you have found a lead, you can scry for it. To scry for it, you just go into your index and you click on it and you click scry, and then it brings up the little eye thing. It's like a little mini game, and what you need to do is unlock all of the little points on the board using the different things that it gives you. And if you unlock all of them, or if you manage to hit all of them, however you want to say it, then you get the exact location of where the item is buried. If you happen to run out of moves and you don't have all of the glowing points selected, then it will give you a couple of locations, and one of them will be like a dud, so it just drags out the hunt for the antiquity a little bit. But it's fairly easy to get all of the points selected, especially if you level up the scrying skill line. Again, the whole scrying and antiquities thing is specific to each character, so you would have to level it on every character. For me personally, my main character is the one that I chose to level it on, and if I ever get a lead or whatever that I want to dig up, I will swap to her and she will dig it up. Your other characters can find leads even if they have not done the starting quest for it. I probably should have said that, I'm sorry. To get the like little tool and to be able to start finding antiquities, I think to begin with you need obviously the tool. So there's like a little mini quest that you have to do, and it just talks you through how to use it and how it all works and stuff like that. So yeah, if you do that on at least one character, then that character, you can level up everything and then they'll be able to dig up all of your goodies. But for me personally, I've leveled it up completely on my main character, but my other characters are able to find leads even if they haven't completed the little starting quest or anything like that. So that's a nice touch, that my other characters, as I play them, if I'm doing something and I randomly get a lead, it's cool. And then I can just dig it up on my main character. So yeah, once you have the little location of the dig spot, you go there and you use the little eye tool in your quick slot, which points in the direction of where the treasure is buried. Find the treasure, dig it up. You have limited moves to dig it up. I believe as you level up the I can't remember exactly what the skill line is called, but it's like the one excavating, I think it's that one. As you level up that skill, I believe you end up getting more moves, but you get more tools. Higher quality items are under under more layers of dirt, and you can hit the item. If you do hit the item and it's a higher quality, then it does like normally break on the first hit, but can be kind of annoying. But then you just move to a different dig site and try again. So yeah, it's okay for what it is. So as I mentioned, I wasn't too thrilled about it to start off with, but the thing that got me interested in it was the furnishing items that you can acquire through Antiquities. It's something that I like I like furnishing homes and stuff like that. So I thought that that's what got my interest in it. There's a huge variety of different things that you can get in the whole like antiquity system. You can get motifs, you can get pets, you can get housing items, you can get sellable items, which is a pretty nice way to make some gold as well. You can get mythic items, which are items that you normally wear, like it's a armor piece or something like that. But yeah, there are a bunch of different things that you can dig up with Antiquities. So yeah, I personally go after the furnishing items, but one thing I would like is, I think that the Antiquities leads should be increased. Like the drop rate of them should be increased a lot more. I don't know the exact drop rate. I'm sure somebody out there has done the math or experimented on it. But from my personal experience, I cannot tell you how long I have farmed for a specific lead, whether it be for a mythic item or whether it just be a freaking furnishing piece, honestly, because they're what I go after the most. But yeah, it's the grind is real with Antiquities. Sometimes it's just super long, and I could be farming for this one furnishing item for literally hours and not get a single job. But I was playing the other day, super unintentional. I was in a dungeon, and as I was going through the dungeon on a character that I hadn't done the Antiquities quest for, so you can get leads on characters that you haven't done the quest for or even leveled anything of the scry skill. I got 2 leads. I got 2 leads while I was in the freaking dungeon, which I'm not complaining about because one of them was a furnishing item, which I do like. But yeah, it was super unintentional. But when I sort of, it's like the game knows when I'm intentionally trying to farm for a specific furnishing item, does not happen. I know some of them, they go up in rarity, but I just feel like the drop rate should definitely be increased, because I mentioned in another video, I believe, a little bit of grind is fine, but if it's just turning into like grind simulator, not my cup of tea. It completely rips the whole fun out of the game and out of finding the leads. So as I mentioned, some leads you can find just like outright. You can find bits of paper, or you can find items lying around and you collect them and so on. You have the lead that you are able to scry for. One of these, an example being the Ring of the Pale Order. It's a mythic item and it has 5 pieces that you need to collect to be able to have the ring. So one of the leads for this item is just lying on a table in Night Hollow Keep, which is in Blackreach, I do believe. Yeah, it's just like lying on the table there. This was like a fragment of the ring. The thing with this one that was really annoying when this mythic item come out, because it's a pretty handy mythic item, especially if you do a lot of solo play. It restores 20% of the damage you deal as health, and is decreased by 4% per ally you are grouped with. So it's definitely more geared towards solo play. I have a couple of them because I like to obviously play solo, and it's really handy for arenas and stuff like that, like solo arenas. But yeah, so the lead that was on the table there is a pretty easy one to find. You just go there and you click on it. However, when it first come out, it's sort of like a first come first serve basis. I don't know the time it takes to respawn, but when I first went there, the table was just chocker full of people trying to click on this one lead. I managed to sneakily get it quickly, but yeah, it's just, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it wasn't very well planned out. It should be on the table, you pick it up, but then other people should also be able to pick it up, and then once you have picked it up, it then has a while to respawn before you can pick it up again. But there was just so many people just like waiting there trying to pick it up. It was kind of stupid, but it's what it is. There are a couple of other leads for that ring that took a very long time. One of those was the part that is in the Bad Man's Hollow, and you can get that part by killing any of the monsters in there, and it honestly took me freaking forever to get that part of the ring, but the other parts were okay. not super easy, but they were okay. So I just feel like the drop rates for Antiquities overall definitely needs to be increased. Or what they could do, a slimy way of doing it, would be to add in the green skill tree, in the champion point system, would be to add in a little skill there which increases lead drop rates or something, because there's some stuff in there for fishing and thieving, which is kind of cool. And yeah, so that would be cool if they added in something like that, but that would be like a little slimy way of them doing it. Another thing about Antiquities that I would personally like is that the lead index would tell you where you found the lead. So the leads, you just find them like while you're questing or exploring and stuff like that. Unless you look them up, obviously you don't really know the guaranteed location or how to get said item. But I would like it if the lead index tells you, once you have found the antiquity once, it tells you how you found that antiquity, so you can go and find it again. Me personally, if I'm looking for like a specific item or something like that and I can't remember, I will look it up. I will look it up and find out where I can get this specific item. But as I said, I've spent so long farming for furnishing items before. It's so annoying. But yeah, I feel like it should tell you if you found a lead doing something, then it should tell you in the index where you had found that lead. So you can just look at it and you can be like, oh, I found this in a delve in elsewhere or something like that. Like, I just feel like that would be a nice touch as well, so that if you want to go after the same item again, you can, and you know the exact location rather than having to look it up. So something that they have added in with High Isles, which I think is kind of nice, if you have completed the codex for a antiquity furnishing item, you are then able to just buy that furnishing item outright from the achievement furnisher in the zone that the item is from. It's a pretty nice touch, though I have not looked at how much it's going to cost, so I will have to have a look at that. But yeah, because that's just like a nice touch, because farming for some specific leads, even furnishing items that are not like of gold quality, just like the purple ones, are so grindy. It's so annoying. It gets real boring. So I think those will be the two topics for this video. Again, if I haven't missed anything or anything like that, I will leave a pinned comment or I will stick it in the description. If you have anything about these that you know of that I haven't mentioned, or anything that would help anyone else, leave it in the comments. If you don't agree with some of the stuff I've said, let me know in the comments. If you have any opinions on antiquities or companions, again, let me know in the comments. Do you like the companions? Do you use the companions? If you do, which one is your favorite, and which companion, if you use them, if you like them, would you like to have next? Like, which race companion would you like to have yet next? I think we've all established that for me, I would absolutely love a bearded, hunky Nord, really tall, following me around, just like be like a proper protector. I mean, an orc would be really nice, so would a male Altmer. But yeah, so yeah. But please, I would absolutely love to make our own companions. Let me know if that is something that you would be interested in. Would you like to make your own companions as well? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope that you're enjoying it. Stay tuned, because I do have some more coming that I'm working on. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Hit the like button, leave comments, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, bye!